What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I'm joined by my friend Jake Lyons, who is a fellow World Cup competitor, and he and I are going to be playing a best of 5 in what should be the playoffs World Cup format. Essentially this involves 5 games, it goes moving, then no moving, and then again, moving, no moving, and finally the decider match is no moving, panning, or zooming. Obviously this one's going to be pretty interesting because Jake and I have such different play styles. Jake prefers to play moving games where he takes advantage of his huge place name knowledge, whereas I'm more of a quick landscape guesser. So that's going to be highly relevant. And do keep in mind that we did another best of 5 over on Jake's channel, which will be out in a few days time. He's actually going to start a series where he plays against all the different World Cup players before the World Cup. So go sub to him, check it out. But let's get straight into the best of 5, starting off with a moving game. Okay, hello Jake. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, it's going very well, thank you.
So we got improved world, moving, and I say let's get straight into it. Good luck, my friend.
Let's do it. Good luck.
Okay, here we jump into improved world on moving settings. So obviously we have to guess pretty quickly here. That is the tactic against someone who's good at moving like Jake is. And the first one here is going to be mainland Malaysia, which is a place I'm pretty good at guessing. Got blue and yellow on the stripes there. I feel like that's kind of a certain region here. This feels further north, I think. And what about this grass on the hill? Yeah, so I kind of thought that this might be up towards Penang. That could be Penang colors. Otherwise, I think it's just in this north region. I'm just going to try Penang. Not necessarily confident, but I do remember those being the colors of Penang State, perhaps. I know it's also the colors of Perlis, but I don't necessarily think this is up there. But yeah, it should just be somewhere kind of the north half of the peninsula here, so feeling fine about the guess regardless. Okay, you probably managed to get to a sign there. Regardless, might have just been a really nice region guess. 300 points. It's fine. Fine start. Okay, next one here. Looking like it's going to be somewhere in Nigeria, I thought, with a huge blur. He looks like he might be Nigerian as well. Interesting. Okay, what do we have here? That thing. I think that's actually a bit further north. That thing on the car. I was actually going to kind of click around the middle. Now, it does feel a bit green for that maybe. So I'm just going to hedge it further south here around Lakoya. Yeah, should be fine here, I imagine. So interesting to see where he'll go. Like, obviously, it's very green, but I thought there was this kind of like white sticker here that might have meant further north. So I'm curious to see. Okay, and it was near Enugu there, so good region guesses from Jake. But the rounds have been nothing crazy so far, so we're really just chilling in these early ones. Next one here, looking like we might be in South America or something like that. What do we have going on? We should definitely move for some car meta if there's going to be any. But I thought it's going to be Brazil, right? And yet we are lacking. So let's go over here. Seems like we're dodging this sign somehow. So let's see what it says on there. Peralong. So probably somewhere in Indonesia, I imagine here. And I'm not entirely sure where. So we should make our guess here. This is interesting. It's definitely somewhere. Okay, I'm worried that he's actually found some useful info here, but this is definitely like somewhere in Southeast Asia. Oh, we can get close here. Kelantan. I forget. Oh shit. I don't know why I didn't click there. But I'm kind of tired, so that was the slow reaction times. Obviously, with 1 extra second, we would have been fine there. Yes, that is unfortunate indeed. Okay, next one here is Chile. And I thought Concepcion area maybe here, though it should actually be Brazil with that pole, so that's interesting. Then further south, I would imagine. Let's just go for one step here, see if we can get any other info. Yeah, I think it's fairly south here, actually. The thin poles are really interesting to me. A round pole there, yeah, it's definitely Brazil. I don't know, I think I do click further south here. I'm not really sure exactly where this is, but I thought maybe Porto Alegre area does work decently, so hopefully that's not too bad. We're definitely on the back foot here, that Kelantan. I just didn't really realize there was going to be like a frame where we could actually get closer and read the sign. If we had have read the sign, we would have been fine, so just kind of bad reactions there. But at least we get 700 points back there. This one's going to be somewhere in Singapore with the double yellows on the outside here. Definitely looking like Singapore every day of the week here. Now, black number plates. I realized something recently, but black number plates you do occasionally get in Hong Kong, but those ones in Hong Kong are only the Chinese mainland plates that are allowed to drive over, apparently. So it's something interesting to bear in mind when you go in Hong Kong or Singapore. You can actually, see both. Obviously, Jake getting really close there. Nice guess, but it's going to be just 20 points around, so it's not too bad. Okay, let's see if we can get some advantage here on the multis. This one should be Dakar or St. Louis. And I would say Dakar is easily better here. Yeah. I just think like it's so urban. I just think it's much more likely to be Dakar. So let's put the pressure on here. Obviously Dakar, yeah, just like much more likely to show up on the map. And he's also going to make the same guess there. So really no surprise. 3 points. Okay. Heading through to the next one. Now on double damage, we are going to be somewhere in Europe, I would assume. Looks kind of like Poland. No, it's actually going to be France. Now, a lot of red roofs going on here. Let's actually just move one spot here, kind of get a better view of it. Is it actually Spain? Could be North Spain here, yeah. So, how could we confirm that? I guess we should move to a sign, because it could actually, like, kind of reveal. Yeah, it looks like a Spanish sign, doesn't it? I would say so. So, North Spain, I think we should just go for the guess here. Would be, like, somewhere around here, I imagine. Lyon area or something like that. I just want to go to the intersection. Why not? Let's just find out. He's going to be able to get to the intersection as well. He actually makes the guess here, so we've probably found some good info. Is that a specific pole or something like that here? I mean, yeah. Plate looks Spanish. I'm actually thinking I'm going to shuffle over a little bit further west here. Let's give it a go. And yeah, it was all the way over west there, so good little guess there. It's going to be 1,000 points. Definitely won't complain about that. But good guess from Jake as well. 2.5 times damage now over in Italy. Now, Italy is not always the best country for me. Let's see what this sign says. Obviously, the BI. I think that's actually Spanish, right? Yes, it's actually Spanish. And BI, I'm not really sure. Where would you find a BI? C. Is he going to let me have time to find where BI is? I instinctively thought north, but what's that language? The architecture's more up here, I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not really sure where exactly this is, but yeah, okay, Bilbao, that makes sense. Not a bad guess, all things considered. We're not only going to lose 1,000 points there, so yeah, could have been much worse, but obviously, on moving, yeah, Jake's definitely, as soon as there's signage involved in the round, is definitely going to be in a big advantage. So this one should be somewhere in Spain, and I'm immediately going to go here. I'm immediately going to go. I think there's likely to be, like, info nearby. I mean, maybe I went too prematurely here, but I'm pretty sure these are Spanish buildings, right? So yeah, I mean, it feels like a good guess to me. I like this guess, and he may... Okay, no. I think it's just a good region guess there by Jake. I'm not really sure if there was... I don't really look like there's going to be any info nearby. But maybe there was. Okay, 3.5 times damage here. We're definitely on the ropes. Made a good guess, but this looks like a good country for us, maybe. It's going to be India. I like that. Now, these are big mountains. Poles almost felt like Karnataka poles, maybe. I'm going to go to the intersection here. Because I think, like, getting to some language would be very useful. So what do we have at the intersection here? Not too much. This is Karnataka, I think. And I would say maybe a bit further north in Karnataka, though I'm not really sure. Yeah, no. I don't really know. I'm going to go here, though. I think it's a decent guess. Well, we had big mountains, so right-click is probably too flat, but yeah, doesn't really matter, yeah. It was probably gettable there. Honestly, yeah, I could have gone there, but it's okay. 600 points is still fine. Okay, quadruple damage in Australia. This could be what we need. Of course, there could be signs nearby as well. So let's see here. This should be somewhere in... What do we have here? So I would say that this was actually in Northern Territory. But maybe we should... I mean, I don't really want to give him too much, like, time to work with here, but I actually can't be sure one way or the other just yet. So the road is kind of going north-south, yeah. I would expect that this is like somewhere around here, like Tea Tree area, but I'm just gonna send it, guys. I'm not really sure, honestly. Like the road side is very rocky here, which is something you see more so on the Northern Territory side, but I could see this being WA. I'm not entirely sure. Like the sky. Maybe it does look more like WA, the sun, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it was, whoops, and yeah. Both really bad guesses, although it's going to be an advantage to us, 2.7k. Yeah, that's like, okay, there's certain regions of the road where you can look up at the sun, and it helps you, but that wasn't one of them, so we get, I mean, I don't know if that's good fortune there or not, but yeah. Okay, so this one is going to be probably pretty good for him. We have land right there. This kind of looks like this kind of region here, or this region here. Definitely see this kind of thing working, but I think it's most likely perhaps to be around here. I'm going to go for that. This. I'm not really sure, because we see this kind of big fjord. I'm going to go there. It kind of looks like that, but I think it's definitely something in this northwestern part, so I don't think we'll get eliminated here. The thing is, the longer we leave him to get the 5k, the worse it is for us. So we just want to get a good or a decent region guess at least. But yeah, I just hope he didn't find where it was. And okay, we both went the same place. It was east. I think it looked more like west, but it was always possible to be east in my opinion. So very even here. Here we have some US, which could be bad. Okay, so what do we have? This feels like Texas, right? I feel like this definitely feels like Texas. But I'm gonna go over here, see if I can see anything going on. Yeah, so do we have front plates here? Maybe not. Oklahoma, 620. Liberal Kansas. Oh no, this is terrible. This is terrible. Can I find it? Liberal, nice. That is definitely clutch, and no doubt he found the sign, so it shouldn't be too much damage. And indeed. So okay, so that's you know, that was a really good scanning effort by me. It was a fairly big place, so it wasn't like a champion for like any good scanning player, but for me to get that, I'm happy. Okay, next one here, Norway. Feeling like a bit further north here to me with these trees, I would say so. And the fact that we're like really close to the ocean here, those are like south of us. So maybe we are further south here. So we've got spruces galore. We do have pines as well. I think this is... Look, with Big Mountains south, right? There are, like, more Uranas possible. Yeah. Maybe I like that. Feels like we do have a city there. Could that be Mo Urana itself? I don't think so, but... What about the mountains here? Yeah. I got the vibe. I'm going to go for it here. I think it could be further south as well. But he might find signs, so we just have to make a punt sometimes, right? So, and we're expected to lose this game, so if we can take it off this, it would be nice. But we'll prepare for it to be further south as well. And it was up there, so that's a nice game there. Not necessarily deserved off the Aussie win, but hey, we bring it back in the end there, and we take the first one 1-0. Yo, GG, Jake.
Oh, GG, man. You know, God, I thought I had you with liberal Kansas, man, as if you found
I had a really rough start to the duel, so I'm fortunate that the rounds went in the order they did, but yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple lucky region guesses in the Malaysia. I found a sign that said Kelantan, so that's how I found that, because I thought it was Indo too before that.
Yeah. All right, shall we move forward to no moving now? Okay, that was a big win to get the win on moving. Now it's no moving. I feel much more at home here. And let's just see how we can do. I back myself, but you know, Jake is also a very solid no moving player, so let's just see how things go. This I thought was probably Bolivia on the border with Peru, and I'm just gonna back myself here. I think it's good to go quickly anyway. Somewhere around this region, I would say. I'm not really sure how to region guess this east of or west of La Paz area, but that really looks like what it is. Now it's always possible to be Peru as well with this landscape, but I think this is a good guess. And indeed it was on that road there. Good guess by Jake, but hey, we actually managed to plonk on the right road, so I can always be happy with that. 9 points only here on the first round. Next one here, New Zealand. Not my strongest country. Actually one I should practice before I get over to Sweden. This, though, feels like it might be South Island to me. And how far south is a good question, because the road quality does feel kind of quite southern. And the mountain direction here is kind of more hills north, with not much south. I think I could go all the way south here. I'm looking for any holy poles, which you definitely see more so in the South Island. We do have wooden poles, which are also a South Island meta. So I think I am happy to go deep south here. Let's just hope that that is a good guess, I guess. I'm going to go for it. It was my vibe, and it was actually Geraldine there, so halfway up. That's really not too bad, actually, in the grand scheme of things. Good guess by Jake as well. So, again, taking early damage here, but hopefully that doesn't eventuate in anything too bad down the line. Okay, next one here. We are in... We are in Italy, I would like to say. Now, whereabouts in Italy do you go? Because I feel like this is not a particularly easy round. I feel like... Yeah, look at this. It could be Sardinia easily, you know? So I'm kind of curious what he's going to be thinking. Very rocky here. I didn't think Sardinia, but... I mean, I didn't think Sicily, but it could be Sicily too. So that is the interesting question here. This building, I feel like, is a big clue. It definitely feels like southern architecture, right? He might not know the country here, so I guess we should go in. Potenza area, maybe? Or maybe you do go Sicily. I don't know. That's interesting. Interesting thought here. You could hedge between everything here, but I feel like it's just better to go on the boot. So I'm gonna try that. And it was actually Sicily there. Whoops, he goes Spain. So maybe, yeah, maybe on these no moving rounds I should be guessing faster because I definitely immediately knew it was Italy there, and maybe he would have had enough time to figure it out. So yeah, okay, that's good tactics for keeping in mind. Next one here, we've got a concrete road. Should be somewhere in the Philippines, I imagine. So I'm happy to just go for that. Tons of palms. What's the pole here looking? That definitely fits for Philippines. Yeah, so in that case, I would probably be thinking more southern here, but central I think works the best. So I'll go in Cebu, and I'm hoping that's correct. The sun here is definitely that kind of region. Yeah, we're good here. It was actually just on Davao Island, or on Mindanao Island, so not neither of us getting quite that vibe. And the next one here is in Brazil. Black back of the sign here, double yellows, you know, very, very Brazilian kind of look here. Now, we have like the dark blue car, interesting. This is like quite a rolling landscape. It felt like Goiás to me. I think I'm just gonna go straight for that. Something about it kind of felt like maybe the Brasilia area or something like Goiânia area here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for that. I think it's good to put the pressure on. The reason I go there is because we have these plantations of trees, and yeah, it also gave me a bit more of a south vibe than maybe I was expecting when we first loaded in. So it's a decent guess there. He also gets a good guess though, so really no issues. Next one here, we've got Indonesian roofs, these very intricate tiled roofs. This pole top is also specific to some areas, namely East Java and Southern. Okay, he's actually really good at Indonesia, so we have to be careful there's no good info here. I don't think there's going to be. So I'm actually thinking this might be Sumatra instead of East Java here. Though, do I actually have a good reason to say that? So what about the car here? Car appears to be the black car, so that's not particularly useful, I think. Now, what about the tiles? Sometimes uneven tiles is a good meta here. The tiles seem to be all even. They seem to be all in line with each other. So, yeah. It's interesting. What about the blurs here? Don't think it's actually useful to me. So, I want to say that this is actually southern Sumatra. Just something about the way how rural it feels. So I'm going to get my guess in here, Lampung. But it could just be East Java as well. And it was South Sumatra there indeed. So good guess from Jake. But we are also pretty close there. So that could have been obviously a 1.5 times damage. Huge damage if we went East Java instead. It's all the way 1,000+ kilometers away. So that was a good move. Next one here is just Taiwan. I guess we can look for a phone number of some kind here. He's going to do the same. So it's really just the same tactics, I guess. In the absence of information, I'm just going to go in here and click middle because I kind of suck at Taiwan, and I think actually I have to like be a bit humble about the countries I suck in. I shouldn't go for crazy guesses. Just click the middle all the time. Was Tainan there? Probably yeah. He also just went for middle click tactics, but his was a slightly better middle hedge, or even a southish hedge. So that's good from Jake. That's 2.5 times damage. Now we have lots of bushes around the place. This could be. Yeah, this is actually. Be somewhere in, I believe, Peru. We have round poles painted black at the bottom. That kind of reminds me of the north, but oh, that's interesting. That yellow warning sticker. I think I click middle here, honestly. Yeah, that's the. I think it's maybe more a south vibe. So I'm going to click slightly south here around Ayacucho, but I feel like it's anywhere. And it was north, yeah. Yeah, north or south there. I don't really know. I still suck at that. I need RC to train me a little bit on Peru, but that's not a round I'm particularly strong on. So, yeah, regretting not clicking Sicily earlier now, because we could have been a big advantage. This is interesting. Where are we? So lots of palms. Very, like, rolling green landscape here. This should be Asia. And I would say it's like a red soil Philippines somehow. I think that's the only thing that I can really think of fitting here. So I'm going to click middle of the Philippines, go for the early guess. I feel like it's a hard round, and I feel like it could still be Indonesia, of course. But I'm pretty confident. I think Manila's kind of more likely, but I also have seen plenty of Mindanaos like this, so Panay, hedge, is good. And yeah, it was just middle of Philippines there. It doesn't surprise me that he goes into. That's the second option. But yeah, we take the game there, so that is good. And yeah, it's 2-0 my way. GG.
GG. I have no idea what that last round was.
No, it's a hard round. I was also calling Indonesia a second option, so yeah, that was... And where you went is probably where I would have gone as well, so yeah, very reasonable.
Right, because it felt very strange, so it had to be something weird.
Exactly. All right, let's head through back to moving, shall we?
All right, comeback time. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, back into moving here. Let's finish off the best of 3, or the best of 5, with a clean sweep. That would be nice. That would be good for my confidence. heading in, because Jake is a very strong player who has a lot of knowledge that I don't. So, yeah, okay, back to moving now. We have to go for the sign, obviously. Can we actually start moving, please? That would be good. Okay, interesting. Okay, wow, the Ari on the other side of the road is definitely an interesting one, but let's head into here. Ankara and Kirikale is definitely a place I've heard of before. Now, where is Kirikale? It's okay, it's here. So, yeah, Adana is also one that we're looking at here. That's way further south. So, I would say that these two being kind of smaller places would lead me to believe that we're somewhere nearby them. Looking at the landscape, yes, it looks like Ankara kind of landscape to me, or near Konya. So the E90 is the question. Where is the E90 here? The E90 is this road here. Okay, so Aksaray is probably actually the nearest one, because I feel like we're going to see this one, Nevsehir, in the meantime between the two cities. Where's Nevsehir? I don't see that one, but I feel like we should probably just guess here. The E90? Where's the E90? It is this road here. So, yeah, I would say so. It does feel like this road. So, I didn't even bother for the road angle, but I would assume it's. Well, it's a bit dodgy. I guess we could be like on that bend. Okay, yeah. Somehow it wasn't the E90. It was actually it's like a neighboring road, but that's a fine result. Obviously on high multis, those rounds are going to be really scary, but for low multis, it's fine. This is Chile, I think. Let's just move one time here. Yeah, this is Chile, and I would assume we're like in the volcano region here, so let's just go for the guess. Can be anywhere up to the Peruvian border. Even down here, there's similar stuff, but a lot of the time you're around these volcanoes here. I don't see the specific volcano itself. Maybe it's this one. But yeah, I think it's that region. So just gonna hope we're right. Yeah, good guess by Jake there. He guesses on that national park. Yeah, there's a whole bunch around there. I guess the fact that I think this would normally be paved where I clicked, so that's probably the thing to remember for next time, but that's fine. Okay, here we have some fairly even roofs on the tricycle there. That's interesting. And as we move forward here, so I think he knows all the region names. I think we should just guess here. I think it's middle. Like, uneven roofs is like Cebu or something, maybe. I feel like you can find them basically anywhere, but it's a lot of RAS here. Maybe that's a concerning thing. Maybe Panay or something. I don't know. Something in the middle region, I think, should be the correct thing here. Yeah, these are very similar height roofs. And yeah, Panay was. Honestly, I think I would go there if I could guess again, and would have before the round ended, but that's okay. Again, Jake always taking the early advantage, but we fight back, don't we? Okay, black and yellows here. In Peru, Chilean flag as well. So probably actually Chile, I imagine. No, it has to be Peru. So we're right on the border here. This is Atacama for sure. And then we have like, yeah, the land wrapping around there to the north there is weird though. So am I wrong? I mean, we could be in like Ilo, yeah. But wait, the North Beach here is really weird, no? I don't think such a North Beach exists where I'm thinking. So, but it is definitely Peru because the, yeah, so we could be here. I guess that has to make sense, right? I don't know, this is like definitely deep south, and we have a North Beach. Maybe something like this, actually. I'll try that. Let's go for that. I don't know where this is. Oh, shit. Why do they have a Chilean flag there? Oh, shit. Well, at least that wasn't Maltese. We're still alive, I guess. Okay, well, just completely... I mean, I just stopped looking when I saw the Chilean flags, and that was clearly, like, just a blunder of... What do you even say? It was just a blunder of, like, an assumption there. Okay. Making the series interesting, Oscar. I like it. This is snowy, so somewhere around here, I assume. Maybe it's not the best guess, but yeah, when you see this dot in the middle of the mirror here, then it should be west of the city. And yeah, he goes east, so yeah. Good little pick up there, I guess. Was kind of definitely 5Kable, but wouldn't have been the matter of too many points anyway. 1.5 times damage here. Long antenna. Oh, we finally in Russia. No, I don't think so. Is this Asia, though? Maybe it's Taiwan, I think. Let's see what we get when we pop out here. Yeah, it is Taiwan. So we have a mountain there to our south. It's very flat otherwise. This feels weird, no? Kind of feels like it might be on like a weird island or something like that. I want to get a better idea of the landscape, but we're kind of getting blocked at every turn here. But it is definitely Taiwan because of this black Google car. I'm actually going to go for an intersection here. I want more info because Taiwan, as I said, is a really weak country, so I can't really... Is this Kinmen or something? I think this kind of looks most... I don't know if we get hills on... Oh my gosh, where am I zooming, bro? I don't know if we get hills on Penghu. Do you even get a hill like that on Pengu? Oh, shit. I don't know. I don't think you get a hill like that on Pengu, but I'm just going to guess there. Shit, yeah. I mean, yeah. What am I doing there? I think Pengu's perfectly flat, so it's another 600 damage. When we got out to the main road and they were like, it was like lined with trees the other side, though, I thought really that's kind of what it looks like. Something out in the islands. Okay, this should be southern. This should be quite southern in my opinion, so I'm going to go straight for it. Drummond area. Even Kristiansand down all the way south here. So let's just hope there wasn't any info here. Strandos is not findable, fortunately. But yeah, it wasn't too south there. So again, taking damage. 400 points. We are definitely on the ropes here. And we get Australia to bail us out again. This is WA. Or is it? No, we have like some... Interesting. So it's definitely WA. And it's quite southern, I think. Yeah, I don't know where this is, actually. It's an interesting round. It's an interesting round. It should be fairly, like, just like near Perth, I think, actually. All in all. I'm just going to go there. Okay, it was north of Perth there. Yeah. I mean, yes. I think this kind of grainy road is more common north of Perth. 500 points again. Unfortunately not the type of Australia round I'm particularly strong at. And we get some Jordan here, which I feel like we just have to insta-send. It's mountain south. We're on a single lane highway. Ha! No good at these ones, guys. I could actually lose on Jordan on 3 times. It's possible. So let's see here. Mountain south. It feels very south, doesn't it? I'm just going to click Wanimusa and hedge it. I don't want to let him 5k. Okay. Hedge actually works out there. Obviously was never going to be where I clicked, but I kind of just got that latitudinal vibe or landscape vibe. And we're going to be back in Australia again. No, New Zealand this time. Okay, that's better for him. Very flat. It feels like Christchurch, right? With the hedgerows. It's quite common around there. We have some fairly big mountains to our north there. Rolling landscape. And a lot of eucalypts here. Though I do think you can find those around the south as well. The eucalypts are definitely making me question if it couldn't be further north. Could see this being North Island, guys. I'm gonna go for it. I'm going in North Island here. I don't know if this is a silly guess or not. Yeah, it is. Should have just gone Christchurch. Oh well, there we go. Had to do it for the content, so we move forward. Another game, and Jake solidly wins that one. Nice game, Jake.
Nice game, nice game. I got lucky the Australia round was not more difficult than that because I thought I was in trouble.
True. I was a bit happy when it loaded in, but I realized it was just a pretty standard Perth. The New Zealand, I thought it was Christchurch, but I wanted to see, like, I thought maybe I can do big damage if it happens to be North Island somehow.
Yeah, definitely. Makes sense. Why not?
That was a really stomping there. Well played. So
yeah, that Peru round was satisfying. That was so weird with like the Chile flag at the start.
The series continues on. The content continues. So let's head into no moving, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, in we go for no moving. Surely we can close it out 3-1. But you never know. Jake, as we've seen, has had some really strong rounds here. So the first one's going to be US. Let's see what we get. So plates. Ooh, a bit of blue. Yellow on the top there. That's interesting to me. Not really sure what we're looking at here. US flag. We are... There's a really tall poles. Is this California, actually? We definitely have front plates. I didn't see anything that I thought was a California plate yet. But maybe so. Is this like Jake's home? It kind of looks like the Bay Area, does it? I don't know. Or like Los Angeles, I think. I don't see any like solid evidence that it's actually LA, but I think I'm going to click there. I just don't really like see what else makes sense, like the bungalows and everything. I don't know. It's either like San Fran or LA, I think, and it was Bakersfield there. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't quite feel LA, so that's why I was like so unsure right to the end there. But I'm glad I got it out. Got that it was California. Those really like dark poles, whatever trees they used to cut down there for the poles are really a bit different looking. Okay, this is Romania. I think I'm just going to go straight for it here in case he somehow misses that fact. Not really sure where in Romania is best here, but yeah, should just be somewhere there. Maybe more western there made sense. I don't really know. In the mountains in Romania, I think the flat bits are much easier to guess. Mountains, you just kind of click in there and hope you got a good vibe for it. This is Japan. Not my strongest country anymore, I must say. I've kind of forgotten a lot of the best metas, I feel. And I feel like Jake probably pretty strong on it. So what kind of vibe do I get here? Probably north of Tokyo, in my opinion. Though it is quite flat. Yeah, I don't really see. Luckily, I don't think there's any like concrete metas or no place names. That's for sure. But Beyond that, I'm not really sure. I think I'd just go further north than Tokyo here, though. I'm really not sure. I'll just go Sendai area, I think. Yamagata. Let's just send it in. Not really sure. And it was up north there. Aomori. Yeah, we had the snow-capped mountain, so I guess like south was not going to make too much sense, but we both clicked the same place. Next one here is India. India I kind of like guessing in. Let's see if we can get something here. Holy Pole, Gujarat meta. And it's very dry. So I think this is like a pretty easy round for us, so a good round for us. Gujarat, click around here, I think. Yeah, should be a good guess. Or even further west. I feel like even, like, yeah, I was going to say, like, when it looks like Rajasthan, then you click all the way on the border. And he gets it correct there, so only 400 points. Could have been an extra 400, so a bit of a throw there, perhaps. Is this the US, actually? I think it should be Brazil. Indeed, all the infrastructure is Brazil, but it looked really interesting for a second. So that's interesting. We have like a bird nest. That normally places you further south of Brazil, but this didn't look southern to me. So now I'm all kinds of confused because I thought this is much further north. So yeah, the little bird's nest there, that's really throwing a spanner in the works. We have the white Google car here. Yeah, not sure what I make of that at all. I think I have to click middle here, honestly, because that is really just so confusing. Do we see anything else here? Distance is pretty absent of anything. The Paraguay palms are everywhere here. I've noticed that, but they are not that consistent. They do grow all around the place. The wooden poles as well. Surely this is not like all the way south in Brazil. I don't know. Yeah, I have very, very mixed vibes here. I think this is a very difficult round, and for that reason, I think if nothing makes sense, you kind of just go Goiás and hedge for your life, you know? I don't know. Yeah, it's just so confusing to me, this one. He goes for the guess. I'm just going to do the same. It's very tropical, you know? I have to click a bit further north here. I feel like the bird's nest is just a one-off. I'm going to go even here. I don't know. Let's see it. Oh my gosh. That's a disaster. A disaster of a round. All the way south indeed. The bird's nest don't lie, bro. The bird's nest do not lie, but the Paraguay palms did. Those ones were nowhere near Paraguay just then. No, yeah, it was just a different kind of palm. It was. Okay, here we are in Chile. It is further north here, I would say. Though, I'm not entirely sure about... Is that... Looks like Nazca Lines or something. It's not surely Peru here, though. Could be. Okay, where's the sun? The sun is solidly to the north there, so it should be south. I think this is just Chile, right? Yeah, could be Peru, I guess. I'm going to click up way up north here, though. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just go in that kind of same area that Jake went in last time. And okay, it was over in Bolivia. That makes sense with the structures that we saw. Very difficult Bolivia, I feel, though. So we're not actually that far behind here as the Maltese ramp up. Like, we've been super lucky here again that the Brazil didn't happen a bit later on. So this is going to be Curacao. Nice little one for getting the Maltese up a bit higher because obviously being behind here, we want Maltese to be as high as they possibly can be. And Jake, no doubt, will take his time to get as close as he possibly can here. Though we both get in the same place. Not really a surprise either. So, okay. We are 2,000 points behind. It really isn't as bad, as I said. Like, we've been really lucky here with the way Maltese have panned out, all things considered. And we have a bit of... Ooh, the cannon one. I think that's around Mount Kenya. As far as I remember now. I think everything makes sense for that as well. I feel like this is like exactly where I've clicked this cannon thing. So I'm going to try that. And yeah, it was there. That's so cheeky. The one that's facing like a cannon is normally just southeast of Mount Kenya. So it's a nice way to pick up 400 points. But yeah, I mean, just some ridiculous meta. I'm sorry for that, guys. I really am. Okay, next one here, triple damage. We are in Russia. First Russia of the video. Tilted right antenna here. Looks like north. We got a lot of white flowers here. Dark soil. To me... I feel like Southwest Kaliningrad had that. This is a risky guess, guys. I'm going for it, though. I think Southwest Kaliningrad has all the clues we've seen here. The white flowers, the tilted antenna, this kind of vegetation. It's risky, and the dark soil as well. I feel like it's good. Pskov, Veliki Novgorod, Pskov, Leningrad here, all work. I could be horribly wrong. And it was all the way up there, so that's a good guess. Triple damage. In Karelia instead there. It's 3.1k. Huge stuff there. To make a leap back into lead. And we have Russia again. Again, a good country for me. So let's see what we get here. Do we have the red car? We do not. So it's going to be... Ooh, that's interesting, though. Why don't we have the red car here? So this is very wintry. It should be a bit further north, I imagine. Lots of birches here, by the way. So, yeah, what do we actually see here? This is a big ridge to our south. So, but too many birches to go all the way in the south of Russia here. I feel like this is just really interesting. So, yeah, I mean, the lack of the red car, that's really what's throwing me here. I think I'm missing something. I think I would click in this kind of area here, though. It's kind of what it reminded me of. So I'm just going to go there. I'm not really sure where this is, so we'll see what Jake comes up with. And it was Samara region there, so Russia just really coming to our aid there in the end, and that is going to be GG damage right there. Happy with the Russia guesses, honestly. That was very good. And yeah, coming out with the dub. GG's, Jake.
GG's, as if we get to Russia. Just
well, the Russians, they weren't rearing their ugly heads until right at the end there. Hey, like
yeah, that's true. That's the only thing that kept me alive that long. But oh god,
I mean,
I've been trying to learn it, and every time I try to learn it, it just makes me incredibly sad, and I immediately stop.
It's such a frustrating country, definitely. Yeah, I mean that was another round where you just came out with big early advantages. If the Maltese had been the other way around with my horrible Brazil guess, then
I was really happy with the Brazil guess.
Super nice,
sadly. Yeah,
super nice. The poles were wooden, and we had a bird's nest on the pole. It was all there for me to get, but I just thought it was tropical for some reason. Yeah. So do you want to play the NMPZ game just as a fun little thing at the end, or are you happy to?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, let's do it.
Should be quick.
Okay, no moving, panning, or zooming. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, not been the strongest performance from us today, but NMPZ, now we're getting onto my territory. So this is really what I prefer to play. Let's just see how we can do here. This obviously looks like somewhere in Europe. However, beyond that, I am a little bit confused here. So, yeah, we have the grass growing in the middle of the road. That definitely, you know, makes you think of some countries more than others. Could this be? Wait, where's the sun? Sun's south. I think it is Europe. I thought of Chile for a second, but I feel like it's UK, Denmark, something like that. Might try like the north tip of Denmark here. It's a bit rocky for that, maybe. Sweden even. Okay, North France there makes sense as well. I don't really know what I was thinking there, but France is a really nice guess there, so well done to Jake. UK was one of my early thoughts, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, next one here should be actually I would say Taiwan. Now, I want to try one of the islands again. Could it be Kinmen again? We have a big hill to our south there. I mean, surely the mainland island's more likely, but let's just see where we can have a hill south in Kinmen. So, oh my gosh, can I actually find that place? Kinmen. Would we have a hill south? We could. We could be looking at that hill for sure. Gonna give it a go. Let's go. Let's go. Why not? Okay, let's just Julian. That makes sense. Man south. Oh, more damage. More damage. Fortunately, didn't get right on it. Could have been actually pretty bad there. But as we know, I like to troll a little bit before I start trying. That's what I like to tell myself, at least. Okay. This is Korea. I'm just going to click middle here, guys. I feel like it's more south, but I'm never right. So what's the point in trying? It's better to just click in the middle and accept the fact that I really don't know what I'm doing in this country. And we will see where Jake goes here. He's probably scanning for any info. And yeah, middle tactics do go well because I have to be honest with you, it looked like Busan to me. So yeah, that's why I don't trust myself. I just do not. And yeah, bit of humbleness to know that my limits do not lie there. Okay, this should be Portugal or Spain, but we have shutters on all the windows. So I would say Spain in that case, yeah, I would say Spain, North Spain, somewhere here, like Soria or something like that. It feels pretty good, I think. Yeah. If not, it's not Italy. So yeah, I feel like this is correct. We'll see. Okay, let's just Madrid there. Again, really nice game from Jake so far. Again, always taking the early advantage, so that's just impressive. Wonder how I got that as well. Okay, this should be Dakar at least, I think. See what we see when we load in. Blue Google car. That wouldn't be found in Dakar. This is South Italy? I think so. I mean, we've got air conditioning units and we have like Fiats as well. I'm gonna go Messina here. Somewhere in the south of Italy with these yellow buildings, surely. But yeah, like 2 Fiats, I feel like this is 100% Italy. But the question is where. And we both went Messina. That's kind of funny. I guess that's a nice hedge for the boot. But yeah, have to send a laughing one there, definitely. Okay, next one here. Really nice NPZ game from Jake so far. I know it's not his favorite format. But this is Russia. Russia's been good for us so far, but this is definitely difficult. Trees feel quite warm climate. 250 kilometers from wherever we are. He's going straight for the guess. Could this be Asian Russia? That would be a pretty wild guess from me, but I could see it. Guys, I'm going for it. I don't see a good reason not to, you know. This is hella risky. Shit. Oh, it was Ukraine, that's why. Like, the trees were... Okay, that's just knockout damage. The trees were, like, feeling very warm climate, so it makes sense that it wasn't Russia there. Moscow gets it done, so well done to Jake. A nice little compensation for losing the series, and yeah, let's go chat to him. Nice, Jake. GG's.
I wonder if you hadn't locked up the victory if you would have tried Far East Russia there.
Oh, that's a good question. No, I thought, like, I don't know. I didn't think it looked like Russia. That's the problem. And I didn't consider Ukraine for some reason. I've never seen that, but that's AIW these days. It's a hard
It was
map.
very strange for Ukraine, yeah. I just thought I'd click Moscow because I had no real idea.
I guess the thing was, like, the road quality looked very Russian. Very nice road there. Brandley.
Yeah.
Probably
Exactly.
led to Kiev, I guess. So, yeah. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, so GG's to Jake. As I mentioned in the intro, guys, he's going to be hosting his series where he's going to play against everyone if he can. And so go check that out on his channel in 5 days' time or something like that. Yeah, any last thoughts before we end off the video, Jake?
Not much. Just thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was a good series. So be sure to check out our best of 5 over on his channel and more to come as well. And yeah, guys, give the video a like. Catch you later.